after a long shift. The manager from the previous team asked if I could start early the next morning to help cover. I agreed. The following day he asked again. I checked with my own shift manager, who gave the okay, so I rearranged my childcare and came in early. That evening, as I was heading out, the manager mentioned that a colleague wasn't happy about it. This guy wanted to come in early too. The manager was laughing, calling him the baby of the shift who was sulking. He said it was up to me to talk to him, and I took it as a joke, but before leaving, I found the next manager in line and passed on the message that I'd already changed my plans and was coming in. This morning, the covering manager pulled me aside in front of colleagues and railroaded me. He told me I'm not a team player and that I shouldn't have come in early at all. The sulky colleague wouldn't even speak to me. Yet he showed up early himself and planned to leave early. I stood up for myself and explained that the communication was so poor I genuinely thought the manager was joking. I offered to rearrange my childcare again and leave if needed. He shut it down, saying it was too little too late and that I should have spoken to my colleague first. I told him I didn't think that was my responsibility. What made it worse was there was more than enough staff to cover both of us anyway. This manager was only covering the shift and doesn't normally work with our team. Another colleague who witnessed both conversations couldn't believe how quickly I got thrown under the bus over one disgruntled coworker. Sometimes trying to be helpful and following the proper chain just gets you labeled the problem. Have you ever been put in a no-win situation at work like?
I'm a 30-something mom living with my partner and our 2 young kids, ages 7 and 3. Recently, my older sister Ava and her husband bought a beautiful new house nearby with a big yard and, of course, a swimming pool. Everyone in the family was excited. Ava invited us all over for a barbecue. Me, my partner, our kids, our parents, and our other siblings. She casually mentioned the kids could play in the pool, so I assumed my little ones would be included. I started getting my youngest ready, changing him into his swim diaper. That's when Ava pulled me aside. She told me she didn't think it was hygienic for my 3-year-old to swim because swim diapers don't hold pee properly. She asked that he stay out of the pool while the other kids were in it. I was stunned. I pointed out that lots of people, adults and kids alike, pee in pools all the time. And it's no different at any public pool. But Ava wouldn't budge. She was condescending, saying he could swim once he's fully toilet trained and that it wasn't fair to the other kids. My son heard this and started crying because he really wanted to swim. I told Ava she was being cold, but it was her house and her rules. She accused me of trying to guilt trip her and told me to drop it. I was upset and emotional, so I told our parents and siblings what had happened. They basically shrugged it off, saying it wasn't a big deal and I should just let it go. I felt completely unsupported, like they were siding with her and downplaying how she'd treated me and my son. So I packed up my family and left the barbecue early. We just didn't feel welcome anymore. The next day, Ava sent me a long message. It was one of those classic non-apologies. Sorry you're upset, claiming she wasn't trying to exclude him for no reason. I told her I didn't want to hear it, that she'd damaged her relationship with her nephew, and that I was the one who had to comfort my crying child. That's when Ava snapped. She called me dramatic. I fired back, telling her to grow up and that I had a very valid reason to be angry. She then forwarded our entire message exchange to the whole family, and now everything has blown up. The family is divided, and most of them think I'm overreacting and need to get over it. I keep replaying it in my head. Was I wrong for standing up for my son? Or is Ava being unreasonable about a private pool that she invited kids to use? Am I the asshole for causing this family drama? Or is it fair to expect basic inclusion for my toddler?